Hi, thanks for joining me today. This is D&D with an episode of making some soap, and I hope that you enjoy it. I am going to make some watermelon soap because it's summertime and watermelon is just like a summer icon to me. So I wanted to make a watermelon. This will be the first time doing it, and I've got this new mold from Brambleberry as well. I haven't used it yet. I've got the little liner in here, and it has a nice little door, kind of a sliding bottom to it, so that the mold will come through afterwards, and then you can unmold it. So I'm gonna try it out, and hopefully it comes out good. Have some great colors here. I've got a green chrome pigment for the brine and the Kermit green mica, and then for the watermelon part, got the magenta mica, and I'm going to use some Hawaiian Black Sea Salt for the seeds of the watermelon. And it's a medium green, and I think it'll look kind of cute and be summery. And then I also have titanium dioxide pigment for the white part of the rind. The fragrance oil can be a little difficult in some of the watermelon fragrances because they will accelerate the sponification of the soaps and makes it really hard. And so I'm using Brambleberry's lychee red tea, and so I'm going to use that 3 ounces. It smells really good, and so hopefully at this moment, when I smell it, doesn't smell like watermelon to me, but well, hopefully at the end it will. It's supposed to be really good for using it for this watermelon recipe. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the oils and the lye and get that mixed together. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and do the lye solution next, and then get our oils ready as well. So let's start off with the lye water. Okay, but then we're going to measure out the lye, and then we're going to add that to the distilled water. So we need 7.8 ounces. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add the lye to the water slowly. Just add a little bit at a time. This is going to make 5 pounds of soap. The Brambleberry, they have, instead of the black sea salt, they have poppy seeds, which works well too. Yeah, so that's at 203 degrees Fahrenheit. So it'll cool off fairly quickly, but it's got a little ways to go. But in the meanwhile, I can get the oils prepared. So I'm gonna just put this aside for a second. Have it out of the way. We don't have to worry about it right now. And then I'm gonna have over here, we need 54 ounces of the oil solution. So go ahead and get that ready. Okay, I am back with the oil and the lye water, and so I'm waiting for them to cool down a little bit more. They're at 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and I need them to be below, 120 or below. So I'm kind of waiting for that. I already made the colorants, so we'll have the 2 green ones that are going to be the bottom layer, and then we'll have the white as that inner layer of the watermelon, and then of course the watermelon itself will have this beautiful magenta mica. And I think that's about it. Just have to wait. This is always the hard part, waiting on these, and they have to be within 10 degrees of each other. And actually, I'm smelling this fragrance. It does smell really good. It doesn't quite smell like watermelon to me, but it does smell nice. Hoping that sometimes after, everything's been mixed together and the soap's formed into, a hard bar, the fragrance changes a little bit of its makeup, so we'll see what happens with it. But it's a good fragrance to use because it doesn't have the soap accelerate its process, so that it's easier for me to work with as a beginner soap maker. So that's always important. I'm trying to stay away from any of those fragrances that are challenging at this point. I don't want to ruin my soap, so making sure that I use the right kind. Watermelon has always been a part of those summer parties where you get together, and especially like when I was a kid, we'd go to the campgrounds, and it was always funny. As kids, we'd grab the watermelon and we'd take the seeds, we'd spit them at each other. But all in fun, not mean, just for fun. But now you can get the watermelon without the seeds, but it doesn't have the same flavor. I like the old-fashioned watermelon. It had really good flavor to it. I do like to make watermelon smoothies. They're so delicious. Oh my goodness. And they're so great in the summer when it has a lot of water content to it, and when you put it into a smoothie, it has a pretty color like this magenta, and tastes nice and sweet and really refreshing. Sometimes I'll add strawberries to it, or lime even. You can add different things to the watermelon smoothie. Okay, so the temperatures are below the 120 and they're within 10 degrees of each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hi, and welcome back. I had to cut the video short because I don't know what was going on with the soap, but it got really, what I would describe as glumpy. And so I had to stop filming and just focus on getting the soap completed. So I did get it completed. I got it in here. So you can probably see where, I don't know if you can see, but it looks pretty good, but you can see where there may be some areas where there's got this little white spots where it just kind of clumped together, and I wasn't able to really disperse all of it. I don't know if that's the ricing that they talk about. So something happened and I'm trying to figure it out. But I thought I'd share with you the unmolding part. I haven't unmolded this before. I used this particular mold to make anything with. So I'm gonna just take out the bottom section. Well, that was fairly easy. It's a little stiff because I hadn't used it yet. So that's off, and then you just kind of slide it up, and makes that a lot easier to unmold it, which is fabulous. So I appreciate that. All right, I'm a little worried about unmolding it, but it is what it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully. But first time making this recipe and using this mold. It's the largest soap mold that I've made so far. So it looks pretty good so far, I guess. It'll just have to do for now, and figure out how to fix it later. But yeah, the colors came out good, I think. The rind part of the soap looks good, and then you've got the green, the white, and now the watermelon part. It's not like completely filled in. You can see where it's got like little areas where I couldn't tap it down. It just thickened up right away. So I did the best I could with it. I think it's okay to, it'll be okay to use. It won't be the prettiest soap, but that's okay. Well, as long as it's usable, that'll be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up. It's soft still, so let's see where the green has gotten on my hands. So a little concerned about that. Well, it is summertime, it's humid here, so it may be that part of it has a factor in all of this. And so we'll just have to work on figuring that out. I'll have to work on figuring out the humidity levels and stuff like that. I'm here in Virginia Beach. It's really hot, it's in July, and so it's hot here and humid. We've had some record temperatures as well, so probably played a factor in all of this. So I'll have to figure out how to make this a little bit better. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with my cutter. I don't have one of those nice ones yet where it's, you can single cutter with a wire or a multiple cutter. So I just have this hand cutter. So we'll try to use it and see how it works out. Let me see if there'll be drag marks too, due to the salt that's in there. So now that looks good. I'm cutting it from the back end because it's long, and so I want to just figure that out. So yeah, it's okay. Actually, it's not too bad. I think it's still usable. We'll see how it dries. So hopefully, it'll continue to cure, and it'll be fine. I'm sure. I'll clean it up a little bit. Still, not as dry. I should have waited another day. I waited a couple days for it to cure. So, we're just gonna cut it anyhow. That'll help it, I think, to cure better in this humidity. Oh, I made these lip gloss things. I'll leave you a link to the the recipe. So I made this color for my sisters. It's their birthday, so I wanted to make their lip gloss. I also made them some candles, which I'm gonna upload the candle video too, a blue moon candle. And then I made a couple other different colors. Started with this peachy color, and then added a little bit more to get this color, and then added some red to make it a little darker. Hi, and back with my watermelon soap, and I wanted to share with you what it looks like. It's been a few days, and cleaned up the sides with my tool, just to kind of bevel it a little bit by hand. So they look cute, but you can see, and I think this is what it is. It had a ricing problem, so what happens is the soap accelerates too quickly, and it kind of gets these little clumps of soap, which they just don't look good. It doesn't affect the quality of the soap, or, because it's very small amount, but it's still a good soap to use. It's not perfect by any means, but it's the first time making it, and enjoyed trying to do the base. I liked making the two different colors on the bottom to look like the rind, and then the little white layer of the rind as well. And So it kind of, I was trying to get this little swoop, you know, where it kind of rounds it out like a watermelon slice would be. And so I'm happy for the most part. I wish, you know, that it didn't accelerate as quickly, but I will work to make sure it doesn't happen the next time I go to use this recipe. But I think they'll be a good bar to use, and they smell very nice. It has like a vague watermelon smell to it, so I would like a little bit stronger watermelon. Of course, watermelon doesn't have a very strong fragrance anyhow, but it has a very unique smell to it. It's like a fresh, you know, fruity smell. So I might try a different fragrance blend, and maybe that'll help with the ricing. I don't know which item, you know, which ingredient caused it to rice like that, but it may have been the fragrance. But it's not supposed to. It's supposed to work very well. It's not supposed to have any kind of problem like that. So here's another one. I really like the design, and so this is that brambleberry recipe, which I think really makes a cute little soap. And I had hand cut these, you know, as shown earlier, and so they came out really good. They didn't really have any drag marks. I was worried, well, they have a little bit of a drag mark, but I was able to clean up most of the drag mark. That was from the black salt, with the black sea salt that I added to it. And the black sea salt might have been the reason for the ricing. And there is a little discoloration around where the sea salt is, as you can see. But I think as it gets used and washed, it'll go away, and it'll make for a nice exfoliant. So I'll continue to work to improve the recipe and play around with it a little bit. But first time, and I'm happy with the design of it, and I liked using the black sea salt. So I can try this exact same recipe and use the poppy seeds and see if that makes a difference. And then I'll know that it was the sea salt that caused it to accelerate, which probably is what happened. So, so that's okay. And so if I know that, then I can adjust for that, you know, for a future soap. But I want to share that with you. And, you know, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And also, if you like this video, please click like, okay? Thanks a lot. Have a great day.